show tonight on YouTube, on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over, I don't know, 2 billion people. Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica, and in Los Angeles County, and in California, and the whole US of A. The whole wide world if we could do it, but we have to start somewhere. So we might as well start right here in this very wealthy city of Santa Monica, in this very wealthy county of Los Angeles, in this wealthy state of California, and the richest, most powerful country in the whole wide world, the USA. That's right, we can make sure that everybody who needs a place to live has one in this richest, most powerful country in the whole wide world. There's no reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better than that. California, you've got to step up and start getting some more things accomplished in your housing programs. I know that now everybody's talking about a deficit here in California and in Los Angeles, but instead of letting the deficit keep you from housing homeless people, what you need to do is change zoning laws. Make it easier for people to zone for boarding houses, and why don't you take over that graffiti building they have downtown Los Angeles? There's a big tower down there with all kinds of empty studios, empty offices or apartments or condos, whatever, was graffiti on each one of them. Somehow people who do graffiti got on each floor of this tower downtown Los Angeles. The city should take over that building and should make sure that it all goes to housing homeless and low-income people and some other people, try to integrate it a little bit. But we need to be taking over these empty buildings and using them for people to have a place to live. That isn't too difficult. That's not going to take up too much of the budget. If you say that every motel or hotel in Santa Monica has to house a certain number of homeless people for them to operate in your city, that would be great. You would get a lot of people off the streets. We need to stop thinking so much about making a profit off of our property, off of your properties here in California and in Santa Monica, and start thinking more about making sure that everybody can have a decent life, a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, a good education. It's not that we haven't spent enough money on some of these programs. California spent over about $25 billion this last year, but they don't know where a lot of that money went. $25 billion should buy you a lot of motels and hotels and housing, condominiums, but instead they don't even know where a lot of that money was spent. $25 billion, and we still have the largest homeless population in the whole country. We got to do better. We got to show that programs that are meant to help people can work. We have to have people out there really interested in getting people off the street and into housing. See the people.
All right. Yeah.
See the people living in the street, ain't got no money, ain't much to eat. They're not too proud to take your crust of bread, just looking for some place to lay their weary heads. The story's long and it isn't very clear. So many roads lead to the street. just looking for some place to lay their tired feet. I didn't help to bring it on. I'm just saying there must be somewhere they belong, and they're looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. All these homeless people living in a ditch with all these empty buildings and tax cuts for the rich. I ain't saying you have to give, but everybody has got a right to live, and they're just looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere. Keep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move into your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Look for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Yes, sweep them out your doorway, tear down their tents. Gonna keep on coming if you keep on raising rents. I ain't saying you have to do good, but why don't you try letting homeless people move into your neighborhood, Santa Monica? Look for somewhere, looking for somewhere, looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. Don't need your swimming pool, don't need your king-size bed, just looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads. That's right, they're looking for somewhere to lay their weary heads, and we can help them. We can make sure that everybody who needs a decent place to sleep, a decent place to live, has one in this richest, most powerful country in the world. I read that Santa Monica City Council has said this month is Mental Health Month here in Santa Monica. They say it's a month for them to stand up for mental health. So I think the best way to stand up for mental health here in Santa Monica City Council and Mayor Brock, I think the best way to stand up for mental health in the city of Santa Monica is to make sure that you help house the homeless people in your community, and that you make sure that you're making things easier for people to survive in your city. That would be better for people's mental health. Make sure you're making it easier for people to stay in their housing, and make sure that you're getting more homeless people off of the street by creating more affordable housing, and make sure that your public schools are doing a good job. Here in Santa Monica, of course, they have their own school district. They broke off from this. We need to make sure that every child everywhere in the county, in the city, in the state, that everybody can have the same good public education. We shouldn't have areas where people can't read at all, where children can't read at all, and then you go right across the street and they have schools where children are going to the academic Olympics, which is the case in some places here. California spends about $14,000 per student on public schooling here in California, and that is ranked about 14th in the country as far as state rankings go. They need to spend a lot more on public education here in California, because the outcome of the public education here is around 40th in all of the states. That's not good. California, we can do better than that. You need to spend a lot more of your money on public education. I don't care if you're having money on for the future of your state and your cities and your county. We need to spend so much more money on those low-income area schools. Keep putting money and services into those schools until the rich people want to send their kids to those schools. Then you will know you have done enough. Don't settle for things the way they are. Don't say, oh, well, I wish we could spend more on our schools, but we're in a deficit. That would be just terrible if I hear they're saying things like that. I know they're going to be cutting programs. They're probably going to be cutting programs to house the homeless. But you got to do a better job. Change some zoning laws so you can get more low-income housing into some of your areas. Rooming houses. Let people build housing for the homeless in their backyards. Get those kind of laws passed. Those zoning laws that'll help build more affordable housing in your community. It's not always just about money. Some of it's about helping people share. And not every property has to be making a large profit, especially if you have poor people sleeping in the streets. We can do better, California. We're living in California, the land of peace and love. Living in California, place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, everything's mostly okay. Living in California, another beautiful sunshine day. Don't let the Trump get you in a slump. We got rid of his hump, we're gonna be all right. That's right, we gotta make sure he doesn't get back in there. We don't need a lying criminal who wants to overthrow democracy back in the White House. We'll do fine without some would-be dictator. We're in the land of surf and sand, movie stars, electric cars, and it's a beautiful Santa Monica night. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure out a little bit out of our minds. Living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Living in California, place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, go out and spread some peace and love. Living in California, everything's mostly alright. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Now don't get me wrong, we got some great things going on here in California. California is the second most diverse state in the whole country. We got people from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different ethnicities, different beliefs, different genders, all living together in virtual harmony. But everybody knows there's some things we need to be working on. California has more billionaires than any state in the whole country. Right? That ought to be a crime. There's no reason for so few people to have so much, while so many have nothing at all. We can do better than that, California. Hey, if you're in a deficit, raise taxes on those billionaires. Raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich, yeah? That's right. We got about 173 billionaires here in California. I wouldn't be bothered if every billionaire moved if they thought the taxes were too high. like Elon Musk didn't want to have to pay people a living wage, so he went down to Texas. He wanted to take advantage of workers down there. But what we need to do is we need to lift up the poorest and those in need here in California. Make sure that everybody can have a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good public education. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, this country's moving in reverse. Living in California, everything's mostly alright. Living in California, I'm falling on the promenade tonight. Living in California, the place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, go out and spread some peace and love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, peace. That's right. Greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. I think we need to, California, if we're in a deficit, budget deficit, raise taxes on the billionaires. That's a good place to start. No reason for anybody to have that much money with poor people sleeping in the streets anyway. We need to make sure that everybody can have a decent life in this richest, most powerful country in the world. That's what we're working towards, a better day for everybody. In the beginning of our Constitution, it says, we the people of the United, but other people said, well, let's make it a little more perfect. After all, it was written by a bunch of rich white guys, and they were the only ones who benefited off of it for a long time. But since the beginning of our country, there have been people working to make sure. Do you need anything?
Thank you.
I am. See you. Peace. That's right. Provide for the common descent. Not descent. Just take two. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do our that everybody had an equal voice in our democracy, no matter your race or your religion, your ethnicity, your beliefs, your gender, whether you're rich or poor. We all have the same rights, and we need to stand up for those rights. Stand up for the rights of somebody you disagree with. Stand up for the rights of somebody who doesn't have a big voice in our democracy, somebody who's sleeping in the streets. Stand up for their rights to exist. Stand up for the rights of people that you don't like. Stand up for the rights of people who espouse things that you disagree with. Stand up for the rights of everybody to peacefully protest. And I'm not talking about spreading hate speech or threatening people or taking over private property. I'm talking about peacefully protesting out on public places, because that's where we're supposed to do it. That's where we have the right to do it. That's where it is our duty and our privilege to peacefully protest on places like this public promenade. That's right. If you didn't know, this is a public promenade here at the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, California. And I hope you share your voices, share your thoughts, and use your votes to keep people who would take over our democracy Use your votes to keep them out of office. We don't need anybody who would like to do away with democracy, anybody who wants to take more power into their hands than they are given. We don't need somebody who would overthrow a free and fair election back in the White House. We need to stand up against those kind of people. We need to say, no, democracy is messy, but we stand for democracy in this country. We don't need somebody who thinks he has all of the answers and is going to change everything and change every law so he can do whatever he wants. We don't need somebody who doesn't want to abide by the laws of the United States of America and says, if I do it, it's not against the law because I get to do whatever I want. That's what I can do. We don't need somebody like that in the White House again. We need to stand up for democracy. Stand as messy as it can be, and it is messy. But we need to stand up for everybody's rights to vote, everybody's rights to speak, to use their voices in our democracy. And we need to tell our Congress to get things done, and hopefully they will, but it's a slow process. We live in a constitutional democratic republic, and it's not perfect, but it's much better than having a monarchy or a dictatorship or anything like that. We don't need to rely on one person's idea of how things should be. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure that this land is making towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. On the promenade, in the shadow of the steeple, near the relief office, I see a lot of homeless people, and some are grumbling, and some are wondering. They're saying, hey, is this land made for you and me? Yes, it is. It's made for all of us. Use your voices. Use your votes. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's work to make sure this land is made for you and me. That's right. Keep working for a better day for everybody. Use your voices. Use your votes. Speak out against injustice. Speak out for those who don't have a big voice in our democracy. stand up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless. See, in our Constitution, it says we're working towards a more perfect union, a better day for everybody. We're not trying to make things harder for people in this country. We shouldn't be trying to make it harder for poor people. You got to work 2 and 3 jobs if you want to have a place to live. You can't just work one job and expect to have a place to live. No, you got to work 2 or 3 jobs to be able to have food and a place to live and a car. That's what they say. They keep adding on things. And I think everybody who lives in this country should be able to have a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good education, and a job that pays a living wage. Now, these aren't new ideas. This isn't communism. I'm talking about something that was proposed by the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Back in 1944, the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he wasn't perfect. He was a human being, and he had his faults. But he was a very good president, got a lot of people through a hard time. And in 1944, he gave a speech called the Second Bill of Rights. And you can watch it on YouTube today. It's still there. They filmed it in 1944. So in 1944, the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, "It is time for a second Bill of Rights, where every American has the right to a decent place to live. Every American has the right to a job that pays a living wage. Every American has the right to good health care. Every American has the right to a good education." That was Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1944. And we haven't come to achieve those goals yet today. About 80 years later. It's very sad. Government helping its unfettered capitalism. We can't some people say, just let the free market take care of itself. Let free market take reign. And that's why we have people sleeping in the streets, because we let the free market do whatever it wants. That's right. But at its best has stood up against enslaved people and made them do bidding for profit. It stood up against child labor. And we say no to the free market. You can't use children for labor 16 hours a day. You need to let them have a childhood and a good education. And then in 1920, our government stood up and said, women have the right to vote and they have a right to own property and such. That was in 1920, standing up against the free market. And then in 1964, the civil rights movement, civil rights laws said, no, you can't treat people differently in your different states because of their race or their religion, their ethnicity, their beliefs, their gender. You have to let everybody have the same rights all around the country. That's standing up to the free market, standing up against the free market and saying, people have rights in this country, whether it's profitable or not. Whether you can make a profit off of them or not, people have a right to live and survive. And that's what we need to stand up and have our leaders, our public leaders, stand up for today. The right of people to exist, the right of people to thrive and survive here in California and around the country. We can't change the whole wide world. We can speak out, but we got to change things right here River City. We got to change right here in Santa Monica. We got to make things better. If you're going to declare that the month of May is a good mental health month in Santa Monica, you got to be helping people get into some stability and housing. You got to be helping people with wages that will keep them in their apartments, and some rent control that will help people stay where they live. If you're really concerned about mental health, don't make it a month. The month of May is Good Mental Health Month in Santa Monica. Make it a program to help people. That will help their mental health more than you saying, we're concerned about your mental health, but we're not going to do anything about it. That's what too many government leaders do. They say, oh, we're concerned about you, but we don't want to help in any way that's functional, any way that shows any results. We have too many public leaders blaming the homeless for being homeless, blaming the poor for being poor, when they help bring on this crisis by bad government, by zoning laws that pushed out low-income boarding houses, and zoning laws that made it harder for people to have rent control and such. We need to stand up for the right of people to exist. Too many leaders are saying, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with the bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. All the rich folks want to help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. A little farther. A little farther. A little farther down the road would be good. Don't be poor and homeless. Hey, Tank, good to see you. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't live in your car. They'll find a way to ticket you no matter where you are. They'll say you're near a schoolyard or near a city park. They'll make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live on a yacht. How the rich folks want to help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. They'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. We got to be working towards making things better for everybody. A lot of people are doing just fine. They're doing just fine. They got their robots that come and feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they got the artificial intelligence to do all of their daily work for them. But there's a lot of people that are sleeping on the streets and need a little help. A lot of these rich people can take care of their robots and their artificial intelligent machines. They all have a place to sleep, these robots and these other computerized versions of thinking and stuff. They all have a place to go at night, but there's a lot of human beings that have to sleep on the streets. Why is that? Is it more important for an artificial intelligence to have a nice comfy bed to sleep in? Is it more important for one of these Cocoa delivery robots to have a good place to stay than it is a human being? Is it more important for people to have a fleet of cars that have a nice, comfortable room to stay in than human beings? We've got to raise taxes on the rich, 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 raise taxes on the rich. Oh, I know it's a simple song, but it's a good one, and one that we need to teach our leaders and our public servants. There's no reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. There's no reason for a robot to have a nice, safe place to sleep tonight while human beings are sleeping on the streets. We can do better than that. We don't need robots that paint paintings and write music and write poetry. We can leave that to the human beings. Let the robots find a way to build housing for the homeless. Let the robots find ways to make sure that everybody has health care.
Let the robots suck our dicks.
That's a whole different story. I'm not concerned with that, but there you have it. I'd rather, anyway, we need to make sure we have the basics for everybody. That's what I'm saying. Robots are going to be taking over more and more jobs, so we're going to have to find a way to let people survive, even though the jobs have been taken by the robots. I mean, this isn't anything new. We've been industrializing since the late 1800s, and people have been put out of jobs because of machines. But we have to show here in the United States of America that we care more about people than profit, and more about people than machines and robots and artificial intelligence. We have to find a way for people to be able to survive and thrive, even in this era. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Good to see you. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Ah, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Ah, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Ah, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Ah, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna die. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather live in a box in the bottom of a ditch than be some stealing, cheating on some bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather walk around without a stitch than be some warmongering son of a bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. Oh, I have another verse for there. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather walk around without a stitch than be some democracy overthrowing son of a bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. Ah, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Ah, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Ah, mama, I... Where was I? Now, I don't want you to think that I think billionaires are evil. Well, that sucker. Them are just sick. They're like hoarders or alcoholics or drug addicts. They get a little bit of money and they just got to get more and more and more and more and more. More and more and more and more and more and more and more. More and more. Let's look at Elon Musk. They say he's worth about $200 billion. How did that happen? Just a lot of hard work. Well, what we need to do is raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his billionaire buddies and make sure that everybody in America can have a decent place to live. That's right. So we just raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his billionaire buddies and make sure that everybody can have a job that pays a living wage. That's right. So we just raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his billionaire buddies and make sure that everybody can have good quality health care. That's right. So we just raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his buddies and make sure that everybody can have a good public education. That's right. So we just raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his billionaire buddies. But we will leave Elon with 999 million and see if he can get by. Hiya. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around with greasy than sell guns and weapons everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. One more, everybody sing along. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around in the Bear than see homeless people everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. And I'll keep on working at it. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We learned of milk and honey. There's plenty. We just need to make sure that everybody can have a little bit. That's right. Because, like I said, our Constitution says that we're working to make things better for everybody. A more perfect union, domestic tranquility, provide for the, and we just want to take care of the rich people of this country. But we need to keep working towards making the government work for all the people, not just the rich and powerful. Standing up against hatred and racism whenever we see it. Standing up for the right of everybody to exist and thrive and survive. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for watching tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, what a day that will be When trouble and woe blow out to the sea, and when nations say no, 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 the last was the last time. Let war be the pastime of the devil below. Oh, 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 oh. What a day that will be, when bugles that blow, blowing sweet harmony. And when we see nations walking hand in hand, and every land's the promised land. Oh, what a day that will be. How you doing? Peace. Oh, what a day that will be. Yeah, great, thank you. I'll be sharing that with some homeless people. Thank you. When trouble and woe blow out to the sea, and when people say no, 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 the last was the last time. Let hate be the pastime of the devil below. Oh, 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 what a day that will be. The day when we know the whole world is free. And when we see peace on earth in every land, for every woman, man. Oh, what a day that will be. Oh, what a day that will be. Oh, 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 what a day that will be. That's right, we keep working for a better day for everybody. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws. We can do great things in this country. They have been done before. Don't let anybody tell you different. Back in 1936, they started coming up with some national gun laws that got rid of machine guns and sawed-off shotguns and cane guns, briefcase guns, all sorts of things. And we can do the same thing today. We don't have to have a mass shooting every day in this country. We can do better than that. We can tell our leaders, bring some common sense gun laws to USA. Make sure that every gun has a background check. Have you killed a gun today? Have you sent a gun away? Have you helped to solve a crime before it's done? See, the gun won't even mind. It's not part of humankind. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. Have you killed a gun today? Have you put a gun away? Have you ended it before its deadly run? See, the gun won't feel no pain, won't even have a brain. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Now you know I'm not a fool. I know guns are just a tool, but these deadly tools have been ruling us too long. We're in the middle of a war. The enemy's inside our door. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. It really pisses off the NRA. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't laugh, they don't love. Everyone should kill a gun. That's right. We can do great things in this country. We can move to a better day for everybody. We got to keep working at it. Get out there and peacefully protest. Use your voices, use your votes. Stand up and speak out for those who don't have a big voice in our democracy. Stand up against hatred and racism whenever you see it. Peacefully protest. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bring some home to your little girls and boys. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about you. It's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me. It's about you. It's about saying Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you. It's about me. Se trave de paz, se trave de amor, se trave de paz y amor. Se trave de paz, se trave de amor, se trave de paz y amor. Se trave de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Eveni shalom aleichem. Thank you, peace.
Great job.
Thank you very much. My name is Wade. What's your name?
Mikey Langan.
What?
Mikey Langan.
Mikey Langan. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Mikey Langan. Good to see you. Wade Kelley. Good to see you.
Kelley, nice to meet you.
It's about peace. Venu shalom aleichem. Venu shalom aleichem. Venu shalom aleichem. Venu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It is about love. 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 Oh, it's all about love. That's right. We keep working towards peace and love. How you doing, Bradley?
Good, how are you?
Good. Beautiful day, beautiful night. Keep working for a better day for everybody. That's what our country's about. We'll make it a little bit. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. What do you say, Rick? Good to see you, Pete. We make it a little better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. That's right, Mike. Keep doing just a little bit at a time, best you can. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Someone's always crying, there'll always be pain. Some need the sunshine and some need rain. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Can't solve every problem, can't stop every crime. Oh, we can't turn back time. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. That's right, we just keep working towards a better day. Keep standing up against racism and hatred whenever we see it, whenever we hear it. If you're peacefully protesting, I'm with you, peacefully protesting for peace. If you're standing up and using hate speech, and if you're committing violence, I stand against you. We need to shout down hatred and racism whenever we hear it, whenever we see it. Keep working for a better day for everybody. Keep standing up for those who don't have a big voice in our democracy. Keep standing up for those who are in need. In the land of milk and honey, there is plenty. No reason for people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. Races are. What? What? Yeah? What the world needs now is love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. We don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just to love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. We don't need another meadow, like cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. So listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world I need now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for everyone. That's right. We live in the land of milk and honey. There's plenty. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better. We can do a lot better. And Joe Biden wants to do better. Joe Biden wants to raise taxes on the rich. He wants to raise taxes on 25% on billionaires. He wants to raise corporate tax to 28%. Right now, billionaires are paying on average about 8% taxes on the billionaires and the rich. And he wants to do that. And he wants to get kids into preschool at 3 years old and make sure that every child can read by the time they're in third grade. That's what Joe Biden wants to do. He's not just standing up for the rich people. He's already lowered the drug costs for people on Medicare. He already lowered the drug cost of insulin for people on Medicare and other people. And he's trying to lower the drug costs for people all around the country. He's trying to get rid of student debt for a lot of people. Standing up in picket lines, standing up for living wage for people. He's doing the right thing. We need to stand with him. I can't believe that some people would rather vote for a decent man who wants to do things for the people of the United States. We need to stand by him. Come on, let's go. Let's be slow, but go with Joe. Come on, let's go. Let's go with Joe. He'll stand up in your picket line. He can't stand too long, but that's just fine. So let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go. Let's go with Joe. He'll stand up for you and me and a little thing called democracy. So let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go. Let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go with Joe. Maybe old, he may be slow, but our democracy he won't overthrow. So let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go with Joe. He may not be the best with elocution, but he'll stand up for the Constitution. So let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go with Joe. He'll stand up for equal rights, and he's come on, let's go, Joe. Come on, let's go with Joe. He'll stand up for me and you's and a woman's right to choose. So let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go, Joe. Come on, let's go with Joe. To stand up for equal rights. He's not afraid to fight, so let's go with Joe. One more time. Come on, let's go with Joe. Come on, let's go, Joe. He's not the best with elocution, but he'll stand up for the Constitution. So let's go with Joe. He may be old, he may be slow, but our democracy he won't overthrow. So let's go with Joe. Joe Biden 2024. That's right. Do whatever you can, get out there, vote, use your voices, use your votes. Picket, petition, do whatever you can to keep that lying criminal from getting back in the White House. We don't need him back there. He stands for the rich people, and he wants to be a dictator. And we don't need that here in the United States of America. We need to stand up for democracy and everybody's right to take part in our democracy that's here. We have about 5% of our population that have been living in the shadows for generations because we've been using people for their labors but not giving them their rights. Everybody always wants to blame the new people. Blame the new people. It's their fault. Throughout the history of this country, that's what they've done. And we need to stand up for the rights of everybody that are here to speak out and stand up for their rights. De la Sierra Moreno, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene, cielito lindo, junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Now that lying criminal Trump, he says that if he gets it all, first day, can you imagine the deportation of millions of people from this country? What a terrible thing that would be. Instead of trying to bring them into citizenship, people that have been living here for generations, we need to stand up against such stupidity and racism. We need to stand up for the rights of everybody. Many people have been used for their labors for generations and have been living in the shadows and not given their rights. We need to stand up for everybody to have their rights. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. That's right, we got to keep working to integrate this country. A lot of people say, well, we're doing just fine. Everybody has what they need. No, we haven't integrated this society. There's a reason that it's more likely for a young black man to go to prison than a young white man, or a young brown man to go to prison, a young Latino man to go to prison than a young white man. We got to keep working on a better day for everybody. De la Sierra Moreno, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene, cielito lindo, junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 everybody. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. That's right. Keep working for a better day for everybody. Equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education. I read, I think, Lynn, did you say it was Richie Valens' birthday today? Maybe? Is that right? Para bailar la bamba, se necesito un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 hello. Para bailar la bamba, se necesito un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. No soy marinero, no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Bamba, 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 bamba. Para bailar la bamba se necesita un poco de gracia, un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. I'll shake it up, baby, twist and shout. Come on, baby, work it on out. I can twist so good, I can twist so fine. Come on, let's twist a little closer, baby. Yeah, man. Para bailar la bamba se necesita un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia para mi partida, arriba, arriba. Ay, arriba, arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. That's right. We keep working for a better day for everybody. We don't have to settle for things the way they are. That's why that Constitution of ours was meant to keep growing and keep making things better for everybody in this country. Not just the rich and the powerful. Not just the well-to-do classes. We're not supposed to be working towards a ruling class and a serving class. We have to make sure that we can have people working in the service industries in your well-to-do cities. And your cities like Santa Monica that have done quite well off of our public beaches. We have 800 miles of public beaches here in California, and we got mostly rich people living next to those public beaches. Why is that? What sense does that make? Do the seagulls only like to crap on rich people? Well, I wish that was the truth. But do the seals only like poor, rich people, not poor? Do the sharks only want to eat rich people? Well, I don't say that's true. But I'm saying we can do better. We can make sure that everybody can enjoy our beaches. People have been making it harder for generations for poor people to get to the beach. Why is that? They raise the parking rates parking fees for getting to the beach, and then they want to close them down. And I understand. There's some people think it's better for ecology for poor people not to get near the ocean. I understand. But if you're just using ecological reasons to keep poor people out of places, you don't really care about the ecology. You just don't like poor people. You just don't want poor people to be able to enjoy the same things rich people do. Not a lot of poor people get to go and visit our national parks and everything all around the country. So we should make it easier for them to enjoy our public beaches and enjoy our oceans, especially now that they are cleaner than they used to be. Back when I was a kid, in the 60s and the 70s, you were swimming in oil water all the time. There were oil wells everywhere. And then the government came up with a thing called the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, that's right. And today our beaches are a lot better. But we need to let poor people come to the beaches and enjoy them. Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey on my feet so I can run down the street. Don't need no funny clothes. I got the wind in my hair, I got a life without care. I got Juliet and Mama gonna rock and roll. Ain't got no hurries, ain't got no worries, ain't got no blurry eyes. I got the sun in my face, I got some wide open space. Don't need no alibis. I got the wind in my hair, I got a life without care. I got Juliet and Mama gonna rock and roll. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ain't got no seasons, don't have no reason to need no freezing rain. I got to surf in the sand, my rock and roll one-man band. Don't ride no gravy train. I got the wind in my hair, I got a life without care. I got Juliet and Mama gonna rock and roll. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey, ain't got no runny nose. I got some shoes on my feet so I can run down the street. Don't need no funny clothes. I got the wind in my hair, I got a life without care. I got Juliet and Mama gonna, Juliet and Mama gonna, Juliet and Mama gonna rock and roll, yeah. Thank you. You get ready to take off? Good to see you. I'm just going to do a couple more. That's right. We can do better. My song is just a song, just a dream to sing along to. A dream that can't be sold for silver or the gold, but something you can hold in the part of your heart that cries in the night, longs for the day when something goes right. Yearns for loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day, I sing your word ways all the way. I sing you loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day. I sing your world breeze all the way. I sing you loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful, peaceful nights.
You didn't do I'll Keep On Dancing, did you?
Didn't mean to stay so long. Just thought I'd finish up this song and call it a night. Got some notes wrong, I'd like to get some right. Didn't mean to stay so late, but you know I like to celebrate, even if the party's not that great and my friends are mostly gone. But I'll keep on dancing till the music ends. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till I dance with you again. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till the night is through. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till I dance again with you. Didn't mean to stay so long. Just thought I'd finish up this song and call it a night. How did the moon equal justice and equal rights? How did the moon equal justice and equal rights? But I'll keep on dancing till the music ends. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till I dance with you again. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till they roll me out the door. Yes, I'll keep on dancing till I can't dance no more. Didn't mean to stay so long. Just thought I'd finish up the song and call it night. Got some notes wrong, I'd like to get some right. I guess that's, well, I guess that's about good enough. Well, I guess that's about good enough. Well, keep working for a better day for everybody. Equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity, health care for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws. We can do great things in this country. Doing all right? Good to see you. Peace. Keep spreading the peace and love. That's right. Thank you. Peace. You too. There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh why? There must be peace and understanding somewhere. Strong winds of promise that blow away all the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope shines down on everyone, tell me why, oh why can't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with my train. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. And deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark, there's beckoning candle. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, come true right now. Peace and love. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, very kind. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Have a good night. You too. Well, how do you turn this thing off?